It's the time to get down.
Shake it on up, shake it on up, shake it on up, shake it, shake it, shake it on up, 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 shake it on up. This moment's just a glance away. You can dance forever as a tip. Open up your eyes and see what is in store. One of you, one of you, and something more. La 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 la.
All right.
Oh, the Fuji.
Yes, and she said that paid for the whole renovation.
How'd you guys like that piece?
Whoa, hot.
I love
I know. Well, that sets us up for this next piece, which we're approaching with kind of mixed emotions, and Mac will know. Ronald Isley recently was released. We talked about his upcoming release. And he was released because he had been incarcerated. I believe it was on tax.
Yeah, it was on
tax evasion. And so he was scheduled to make, first of all, when he got out, Mac did a whole feature thing on him on the show because, for those of you who don't know, Mac McAllister is our resident guru, retro jazz and blues, and he does a wonderful show updated weekly and he is our ambassador to jazz. We feature him proudly throughout the website, throughout the broadcast, even on our broadcast guide, we proudly feature Mac. And we love his work, and he's expanding into other horizons. But he, at the time, featured and told us about Ron Isley's imminent release from jail, and we celebrated that. And then we've been waiting, to hear about him. And as it turned out, there was a June 5th concert scheduled. It was going to be Ronald Isley and Teena Marie, and at the Fabulous Fox Theater, that's in St. Louis, I believe, right?
The St. Louis date that they had, yeah.
But it's been canceled. No details are actually made available online about why. But me being the person that I am, I did some snooping. Mm-hmm. So I found out some things because, we really embrace Ron Isley. I really liked the album that he did with Burt Bacharach. Where they revisit all the classics. Yeah, Alfie. I love his version of Alfie, a bunch of the other tracks. So I play, and Ronald Isley's been such a part of my whole music experience from the days of Twist and Shout. Okay. All the way through the Isley brothers.
That's got to be like 5 decades, right?
I was like 1960.
Who was president? No, I'm just saying, who was president?
Korean War.
You're talking like, I want to say like around 65, 4, 3. Right. Okay. Somewhere in there, even though the Isleys were active in the late 50s.
Actually.
Yeah, the Isleys were active in the late 50s.
Wow.
Yeah, they just started coming up.
Yeah, it's like George Clinton, who I can tell you, I was listening to George Clinton when I was walking to school in the 5th grade.
Come on, I used
to a little radio, a little handheld, okay?
Wow.
So I can tell you. Go back that far.
That's funny.
Okay.
Danny, that's true.
Well, that's why we give Ronald.
Daddy over here like, oh yeah.
So we give them so much respect.
What dinosaur was in season?
Oh yeah, and And even my mother, I remember when they were doing those songs, I Know Who You've Been Funking It To and all that stuff, and all the cuts in the 70s. Even my mother was back, because back when, y'all don't remember, funk used to be a bad word.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, my mother used to
Like
say,
black was,
"Don't say
right?
funk." She say, "That sound like, boy, it's like you trying to say something else." I say, "No, mama, it's funky, like funky music." I said, "Boy, I don't like the way that sounds." We saying, don't say that. So funk used to be a bad word, and George Clinton is the one who used to say that. Funk used to be a bad word.
Oh yes. I'm just like,
So,
whoa.
what did you uncover in your snooping and investigation?
Well, Ronald Isley, he's
was canceled. I want to hear your.
Well, he's the kind, he's that kind of a person that, when this happens, Danny, a lot of people care.
Oh, of course.
He's
being anticipated, to show at these dates, and so isn't Teena.
Yeah. Well, let me just read you what someone wrote.
God.
And I'll read this from the comment section.
What someone wrote. I'm not loving it.
Well, let me just see what happens. Now, remember now, what happens is this is the power of interactive television and viewer journalism. Because when you post these types of news articles, people come and comment. And they give a variety of experiences. This is one of the ones I thought was most poignant. And the person titles it says, oh, by the way, I don't know that this is the actual person. But the two comments that they showed most prominently was from quote unquote John Belushi's Ghost, who said, "This cancellation makes me want to quote unquote shout." And the second is from George Clinton. They say, now remember, this may not be the real. May not be the real.
Where are you finding this, Mario?
This is at the blog for the actual show.
The website.
For the website at the Fox Theater.
Let me go.
And they said that Ronald Isley proved it. This doesn't sound like George Clinton because it's too lucid.
It's
not
English.
They spelled it.
No, they spelled that right.
I quote George Clinton.
They spelled that right.
Maybe that's Bill Clinton. That ain't George.
And y'all know I quote George Clinton like running water. Peck me lightly, like a woodpecker of a headache.
Okay. But what is George Clinton
Well, this one is not George Clinton. It says Ronald Isley proved in Atlantic City that he isn't ready to tour, forgetting the words to songs and unable to hold a note. After Teena Marie tore the roof off the venue, people started to walk out on Ron.
Wait a minute. She opened for Ronald?
Right.
She didn't.
She said in Atlantic City. They said they said that.
Okay.
They said after Teena Marie tore the roof off the venue in Atlantic City, people started to walk out on Ron, with the plug eventually being pulled on his set mid-song. Sad. That was the biggest, most poignant one.
Let's put it
And
this way. The
remember-
TV members said the same thing.
But you know
They
what?
said, this happens.
That's Atlantic City.
You come out of jail, you're not ready to sing.
Exactly,
You didn't
fresh out of jail, and the man old as Methuselah too.
And he been sick.
That's
He's
another
been
thing.
sick. He was sick.
Y'all act like he 25. That man is I'm sorry. I feel bad. That makes me give homage, and I know a lot of people.
Cher is in Selling Out Las Vegas. So it's nothing to do with age.
Cher is Wonder Woman, okay? Please don't compare anybody to Cher. I'll give it to everybody. Let's give it to Cher.
Give it to Cher.
We want to come lick her butt if it'll make us stay young like that.
That have been touring and doing this and anticipated and going to New Jersey. I personally think that they probably should have moved the artists around as for when they showed up too. Because after Teena,
how you gonna follow Teena?
I don't want to follow Teena.
As an entertainer,
I want to follow James Brown.
As an entertainer, I can tell you that.
So that's what they're saying. But I don't know if I want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel that Ronald.
That's why I don't work good.
I believe it makes sense because I go to. Okay, first of all, how many of you regularly go to concerts and oldie concerts? Okay, I do. And let's face it, those of us who go regularly, especially who follow the older classic artists, we watch them deteriorate. That's why we celebrate so much the ones like Teena that still sound good, the Wisp.